Morning, everyone. Today can be the first day of the rest of your life if you choose it to be so. It's currently 7:05 a.m. in Australia. I awoke from a dream, and for those of you who don't know, my dad passed away last year, about a year ago, and this is actually his jumper. When I wear it, I feel that I'm being hugged by him, especially when I need it the most or miss him the most. It can be pretty challenging not having him around sometimes. This morning I had one of the most beautiful dreams where him and I were in his office in our family home, and I asked him for a hug. I really miss his hugs. And and I felt that I was really there with him because I was. And he said, "Is there anything else that you want other than a hug from your dad right now?" And I said, "No, I just want you." So he hugged me. It felt so warm and lovely. Kind of a little bit reminds me of how I feel when a certain person and I hug in my life right now. I didn't realize that until now. And Dad said, "I'm so glad that you..." What was it? I did some journal writing earlier. He said, "I'm glad you've remembered how to hug like yourself again." And I said, "Me too." It was so beautiful. And I woke up very sprightly out of my bed at 5:55 a.m. which some of you may know is an angel number. It is a number that I've actually been seeing quite a lot lately, especially on number plates. So to me, it resembles moving through major life changes with more ease and grace than we have ever experienced so far. I say so far so that it leaves spaciousness for it to continue happening with greater ease than we have experienced. So I've been having my tea of raspberry and nettle. Nettle is really great for flushing out uric acid in your muscles and preventing or assisting with arthritis. And raspberry is really good for our hormones and maintaining a really healthy, happy balance with them. This is a mug that I have Explore the Unseen, which I actually bought when I went to the town festival in Melbourne a few years ago, which was such an incredible and honestly one of the best festivals I've been to in my life so far. and I've been going to festivals since 2014. So yeah, I thought I would jump on and get used to being on video again, because I haven't been on video for a while. A lot has been happening in my life. I can't remember what I shared last time. It's been so long. I think that one of the last videos was me when I had started a new exercise program and was feeling really motivated for that. Actually, I didn't stop doing it per se, but I did stop the way that they were saying to do it, because it wasn't working for me. Basically, I felt like it was too masculine oriented, and that I really needed to and wanted to honor my own flow of my own moon time cycle, and how we move through the seasons, through each phase, and how each season assists us in knowing how to navigate and understand our energy flow, so that we can move through each phase with the greatest ease and least resistance. So what I have been doing instead is, I've been on this for maybe a few years now, of figuring out a great morning, midday and evening routine or ritual that is efficient and maximizes my energy, my time, while I'm here on earth for this limited amount of time. So the best way for me, as well as creating a guideline for others to also figure out the best way for them. So I've been creating a moon time calendar that will assist with this for women. And yeah, lately my morning ritual has consisted, or this week, it's consisted of waking up either just before or around sunrise. It is one of the most peaceful times of the day, and my nervous system feels really supported in that, in order to create a solid foundation for my day. Each morning is a new beginning. Each day is a new beginning. Each moment is a new beginning, to reset and live the way that is in our highest good. To really trust ourselves and the universe to guide us, to be at the right place at the right time with the people that we connect to the most, to continue consciously breathing, and each breath dissolving anything that's negative, limiting, dense, that has been weighing us down, regardless of whether it's from this moment, from this year, from this lifetime, or other lifetimes. Having that keen awareness to shift through that. And sometimes we need to be conscious of what we're shifting through, and other times we just need to be present with it. Definitely feeling a lot of, I burp when I clear energy sometimes, by the way. A lot of tightness in my heart today. I've been doing some very deep emotional clearing this week as well. Oh yeah, so back to my morning routine. I've been waking up early, I've been having tea, I've been listening to soft tones right now in the background. I'm unsure if you can hear it right now. It's 1111 hertz, spiritual protection and angelic healing frequency. It's actually beautiful that there's a hand with a feather over it. And I think that feather might actually be an angel. The hand of God. Which reminds me about a story I'd like to share another time. Listening to soft music. So when I wake up, I'll place my hands over my heart and my womb space. So the left hand, or your non-dominant hand, is usually the hand that energy will come in through and will receive from. The right hand, which is my most dominant hand, is usually the energy that I feel usually the hand that I feel energy coming out of. That's a reminder, I forgot to put ginkgo biloba in my tea this morning. So ginkgo is really great for assisting us with our mind and our cognitive function, as well as our heart, and a whole bunch of other incredible benefits that also prevent Alzheimer's, and yeah, there's definitely other ones. Have a look if you're interested. Maybe start having a journal beside you when watching my videos, because you'll really get a lot from them. Whether it's from what I'm actually saying or the transmission, it will definitely bring up triggers and activate you, and help you become more self-aware and self-actualized. Patience is also something that I'm sure it will bring you to if you continue watching, if you choose to. Yeah, so ginkgo biloba. It's a beautiful herb, very potent, as well as ginseng, which is also really good for energy. So if you feel fatigued, I highly recommend, and I will get back to my morning ritual in a moment. If you feel fatigued, I highly recommend getting a bedtime routine happening tonight. Going to sleep, start winding down an hour before you'd like to go to sleep. For me personally, I prefer around 8:30, 9 o'clock, start winding down. I found a really incredible Qigong evening routine meditation yesterday. And I also begin my day with Qigong. So there you go, I'm back to my morning ritual. Beginning my day with waking up early, hand over my heart and womb space, having a tea, feeling into my body where there's pain, discomfort, stiffness. Like right now I just felt a pain go through my back, down my back. If you know anything about Kundalini or tantric practices, sometimes I find, and especially recently, I find that it helps to circulate the energy, because I can feel so where there's pain in our body is where there's energy blockages. And I've been doing a lot of tantric and Kundalini awakening lately, so I'm definitely feeling a lot more connected to my body and being more present in each moment. I feel things like judgment and resentment guilt, shame, and lack of worth shifting quite a lot in these processes. And really reconnecting back to who I truly am. So lately as well, I have also been going for walks on Burleigh Headland, the Burleigh National Park that's in Koala Park where I live. Now, I'm yet to go on the tour, however, I already know and feel that it is such a sacred place. So many people go there, and a lot of the time when I was driving down the highway, I would feel a really significant energy shift between Robina and Burleigh Exit, and I wondered what it was. So turns out that the Burleigh Headland National Park was an overflow from Tweed volcano. And apparently I found out that there was a whole circle of volcanoes around that area, which is incredible and makes sense why we can feel such a high vibration in that space. Oh, I can feel my energy increasing today, tingling and moving through my body. Almost time for Qigong. And there's a story that I'll have to share another time about a giant that became stuck in the mountain, or became the mountain. Not sure, I'll definitely get back to you on that. And there's also a really beautiful original, which is also known as Aboriginal, art centre or culture centre there called Jilurgal. And I actually feel that I went to it when I was in grade 5, and it's funny because I'm not quite sure how young I would have been back then, but I'm 31 now, and it's just so funny how we can literally go full circle in our lives in so many ways, and I really look forward to going on that tour. Lately I've been attempting to go for a walk there at least 3 times a week, and that exercise program that I told you about last time that I started, I've been utilizing some of those techniques, some of those exercises, and anything that I've learnt from my own personal development, personal training, health research that I've done over the years to create a new exercise routine for myself that's fun, that's really beneficial to my health and enjoyable. I even went with one of my friends the other day, and it's funny, she called me a spiritual personal trainer, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Immediately my brain went to, because I was talking to her about a spirit walk that I wanted to do with people on the headland, and feel that I've been guided to become aware of while journeying around that place with the custodians of the land. And we'll talk to Jilurgal about this too. And the first thing I thought of when she was saying that I could share my fitness ideas with others is that I didn't have a certificate. And then I thought, well, the people who trust me and feel curious and drawn to this process will want to be a part of it. I don't necessarily need a certificate for it. However, I'll always have a disclaimer and personal indemnity insurance just in case. So that's a really exciting thing that I am cultivating and desiring to bring to you, whoever's interested in the Gold Coast or desires to travel here or is around here, is drawn to it. We will start with a meditation, and we'll go on what I have been told is a spirit walk, which is a journey that we take together around this beautiful sacred space and really make time to connect to Creator. By the way, when you put your arms out like this, palms facing up, you channel directly the energy of the universe through into your body, and it helps you be more connected. So from Creator, through us, into all our chakras, our energy centers in our body. If you don't know what chakras are, I'm going to do a video on chakras as well. And down through the center of the earth where Gaia's life force energy resides. So I've been doing this painting. I started this painting a little while ago, a few years ago in fact, and I've just come to be aware that I'd like to repaint or paint over and upgrade the energy of my painting. So here it is, unfinished. We can see, we can't really see the best right now, so we'll open the light. Let there be light. So this is what I was talking about, connecting to Creator through the I am presence, which we have here, down into our crown, our third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. So imagining that we are a tree, and you could probably imagine the tree right now. And that is connected. Our roots go down, all the way down into, there we have Gaia's heart, all the way down into Gaia's life force energy. So more on that another time. I just wanted to share that with you. So yeah, I've been upgrading my painting, and it's so funny because when I first started painting it, I was going through my breakdown, my reawakening, and I had to trust myself. I had to cultivate and bring up that trust in myself to do what other people have done before me, and really trust spirit and myself, and know that I would be completely supported and guided every step of my journey. It wasn't easy, and some of it I still feel I'm recovering from, because I went so deep and it was so dark, and some things were excruciatingly painful. I didn't actually think that I would even be alive today. I had this feeling that I was going to leave this world around 21. But here I am, a living, breathing example that we can go through the darkness and we can come out the other side better than we've ever felt before so far, and being true to ourselves. That painting also assists us in remembering why we came to Earth. More on that another time. Remembering what our soul path and purpose is. And there are a few. Some have many, and others might just be very simple. We are the ones who have chosen this journey, and it's so important to remember that. Just wanted to show you my other painting too. So yeah, I wanted to come on here and connect with you guys. I used to feel like I shouldn't take up so much of people's time, but now I know that what I have to say and share is of great value, and the world actually needs that. The world needs our gifts. I very heavily in the last 8 years went through the dark night of the soul, and I can see that I've come to the end of that, which is so relieving. And while I continue to live my life and continue to unlearn and let go of what isn't serving me anymore, connecting to what is already mine, I can now continue to be more of service to others, because in the last 8 years I have still continued my soul alchemy business, and I've continued to assist people with what I know and what I've learned along the way, because everything is divinely guided and orchestrated. We always cross paths with people. When they need us, we need them, and we have something to exchange with each other. The universe works with energy exchange, one way or another. Also feel to share here that when people are focusing on abundance, a lot of the time they feel it's about money, and that money will solve all of their issues. Sure, it is part of it. However, abundance is everything. We are so abundantly fortunate in every single way, and sometimes we are thinking so narrow-mindedly that we actually miss the beauty, the blessings, the love that are around us and coming through us constantly. Everything is energy. So if you have a block in a particular aspect of your life, it will often be reflected internally as well. So by creating a morning routine, an evening routine, and a midday routine to reset, tune back into ourselves, and then overflow with positive life force energy so that we can really make the most of each moment, it is so beneficial. I feel like I was going somewhere else with that, but yeah. By making time to tune into ourselves and make sure that we're meeting our own needs first, then life flows a lot easier, and we're able to ask for what we need assistance with, or be open to being directed to where we need to go next. We could spend hours and hours on end doing different rituals and being in our home and sitting with our emotions. However, we're missing out on life when we do that, when we're so hedonistic in that way. It can be so easy sometimes to get trapped in that spiral of self-development and self-improvement. I've been brought up with personal development, and spirituality, I feel, was a part of that. It obviously came a bit later when I was 13, but I've always felt connected to something that felt greater than myself. However, I know now that that is me too. The biggest illusion is separation. We are all gods, goddesses, queens, kings, princesses, princes, pages, knights. We are all the archetypes. They all reside within us. Just like the negative and positive emotions. Everything is neutral. How it comes through us is how our soul needs it to be experienced, so that we know how to navigate through that. And it'd be so amazing if we could have been taught these things from primary school. So amazing. Part of me wanted to even become a teacher. However, I really don't like the education system. And I desire a career that I can travel with. So I've been looking into youth work. If you've been thinking about your life purpose, I highly recommend having an honest review of your life and pinpointing the most significant changes that have happened in your life that you felt were negative, bad, or wrong. And allowing yourself to really sit with those feelings that come up. Don't force through them. Just sit with them, observe them. I really love bubble meditation. So how you might do this is to sit with your feelings. Each thought is a bubble. I wonder if I have bubbles around. Okay, I'll do that another time. So I'll do a little another video on bubble meditation. So each thought is a bubble. And as you observe these bubbles, these thoughts and feelings that are arising from you, we want to allow them. So first we want to be present with them. We want to acknowledge them. We want to accept that this is how we're feeling right now. Then we want to accelerate that process of transmuting, and so by doing this, we allow the bubbles, thoughts, feelings to come to the surface. They turn into bubbles and then they float away. And as they float away, they get higher and higher and higher, and you feel that dense energy lifting and shifting and moving through your body. And you can do this as well with breath, sound, and movement. However, we'll just keep it really simple for now. So bubbles are floating up, and as they're floating up, you're feeling them out of your body. All these thoughts and feelings out of your body. You're surrendering them to Creator, to God, to Spirit, whatever you believe in. And in this process, we're trusting that we will receive the messages that we need with clarity to hear, see, feel, experience, and understand reality inside us and around us with crystal clear clarity. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. So when we're clearing energy, perfect example is burping, sneezing, feeling that energy shifting in our body. Burping, oh, I said that. Farting, yawning as well. Sometimes when I yawn, it's a key point that I've come to the end of a clearing. You know, a lot of energy gets stuck in our body, and our body is constantly reminding us of that. The thing is, we need to listen to it. We need to, even when you're doing a live video, pay attention and shift that energy. The more we become aware of this in each moment, the easier it is, and the better we feel. The more elevated we can be for higher and longer. So, if you are still here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for giving yourself time to connect with me and yourself. I am a mirror of you, and I represent your higher self. And I am a reflection of the aspects that you haven't accepted and loved and honored within yourself too. Keep this in mind. Everyone has their own unique soul path and divine timing for them. Don't compare yourself to somebody else, because you don't know what they've been through. You don't know where they're at in their lives right now. We go through different stages of development as we awaken and ascend through our own consciousness and the collective consciousness. There's no rush. Everything is divine. When you get stuck, tune back into your heart. Come back to yourself. When I place my hands over my heart, I'm connected to all levels of my being, just as you are. I know what is mine and I know what is not. I let go easily of anything, any way I'm blocking myself, and trust the entire process to unfold. So I was doing some energy clearing this morning, and I really felt to share this with you. I didn't realize I was going to share all of the rest of what I shared. However, I am grateful for that too. So I have this book, The Secret Language of Your Body by Inna Segal, who I actually got to meet. So I first got this book when I was about 13. However, this is the revised and expanded version. I ended up giving my other book to a beautiful little girl at the time, because she's not a little girl anymore, that I met at, what is it, Whitehaven? No, Whitehaven is the beach. Hamilton Island, which was actually the last family holiday we all went to together. We drove and Dad rode his bike, and I got to be on his bike, his 3-wheeler bike, for 4 hours, and my inner child was just bursting with joy and calling the cows moo-moos and dancing on the bike and just really enjoying having that quality time with Dad. And I'm looking back at that, I'm so deeply grateful that I withstanded being on the bike for that long, because I got extra time with him. So I met her and I felt that she needed the book more than I did. That would have been maybe even before 2013. So fast forward to a couple years ago, maybe 2017. Oh, hang on, 2018. So I met Inna. I wanted to go to her workshop, however, it was full and I missed out. However, I got to meet her afterwards, take a photo with her, and she wrote me this. And I think the image is backwards on my camera, so I'll just read it to you. It says, Vasiliky, to your journey into the deepest self-healing and inner strength. Lots of love, Inna. It was amazing having heart-to-heart connection with her, hugging her. I'm such a physical person. Physical touch is definitely one of my primary love languages. So I was doing some emotional clearing this morning, and I ended up getting to unworthiness and low self-esteem, because this is one of the main, or one of the core emotional blockages that prevent us from receiving what is rightfully ours, because abundance is our birthright, and we already have everything that we need, desire, and could ever hope for already here with us. We just feel blocked from it sometimes, or disconnected from it. So one way to move through that is through emotional clearing. And this book is actually became my Bible back when I can't remember if I was 13 or 16. But the way that I actually found this book was because I came to the realization that our mind, our body, and our spirit were connected somehow. And I was like, well, if I've thought of this, there surely should be information about this on the internet. And I came across Inna Segal. She has incredible things in here, from physical ailments of each body part, the secret language of our emotions, and our body systems. She's also really incredible with color therapy as well. So she's one of my biggest inspirations, honestly, and I definitely wouldn't be where I am today without her. So Inna, if you actually ever watch this, I'm so grateful for you, and even if she doesn't, I know that she feels my gratitude, and I have actually shared it with her before too, in person. Highly recommend getting this book and connecting with her on social media. So back to the main reason why I started this video. We have unworthiness and low self-esteem. So I'd like to read what Inna has written and share the emotional clearing process with you. One thing that I'd like to mention as well is that I just had a flashback of primary school for some reason. Been doing a lot of soul weaving from there. More on that another time. So one thing that I'd like to share with you is, when I read this book, I read it not as it's written 100%. I read it in the way that I feel is most true to me, that the healing has already happened. So to give you an example, it might say, divine healing intelligence, using the orange-red flame of purification, please dissolve all thoughts, feelings, and experiences of unworthiness and low self-esteem for myself and others, is what I added on the end of that, for myself and others. So see, I already do it. Instead, I say, divine healing intelligence, thank you for utilizing the orange-red flame of purification to dissolve all thoughts, feelings, and experiences of unworthiness and low self-esteem for myself and others. Now, there's a slight difference. I found that with manifesting, it is more beneficial to say it as it's already happened. Okay, so here's what she wrote for unworthiness and low self-esteem. People who feel unworthy and don't value themselves are often overlooked for promotions, sporting activities, friendships, and opportunities. Because of their low self-esteem, they feel like they're missing out on life. Their victim attitude causes them to attract hardships and difficulties into their lives. Feeling worthless can create depression and fatigue because of your belief that you cannot contribute anything of value. And as you remember, or you might remember me saying earlier, I used to be really quick with videos because I didn't want to waste people's time. And I obviously wasn't valuing myself enough back then because of my low self-esteem and deep feelings of being unworthy. Feeling unworthy, not being, because that's not true. I wasn't unworthy even then. Just as you aren't unworthy even now. So because of the belief that you cannot contribute anything of value, this often leads to severe self-criticism and judgment. And when we judge ourselves, we often judge others too. When we carry and block ourselves from the blessings that are around us and coming through us, when we carry low self-esteem and unworthiness, the body tends to break down, which can lead to acne, weight problems, diabetes, genital herpes, ovarian cancer, scleroderma, ulcers, warts, and memory loss. So I invite you to have a feel into this right now. Really be present with that. How is your memory? Are any of these ailments something that you've been experiencing that you maybe are conscious of clearing right now? That are being cleared as we speak. So here's the thing. When we, for example, you're most probably empathetic or telepathic or both. And as an empath, you have been taking on board other people's emotions, thoughts, feelings, behaviors to take pain away from them. You might not resonate with this, or you might. Just tuning into who's watching this video right now and the messages that are for your highest good. So we take on board, and I know this because I experienced it when I was younger. Nobody told me that I was empathetic or that I was an empath or that I had high sensory abilities, because I didn't know how to talk about it. They didn't know. How would you know? That is for another video. So what we do is we take people's pain away. We take away their pain because we don't want them to suffer. However, that isn't healthy, and it can create sickness, illness, ailments, pain in our body that creates blockages for our own selves. We feel that it's coming from a good place and that we are showing them how we love them and that we're protecting them and we're being of service to them. However, the truth is that we aren't. Ultimately, it is coming from, and yes, it might come from that place too. However, ultimately it comes from our subconscious and our superconscious, our belief at the time that we aren't good enough and that we aren't deserving of the same happiness that we see others have or that we give to others. So we take it on board for ourselves, create more disease, dis-ease and suffering in our lives because others are much worthy of success and happiness and true love and their dream job than we are. It's not true. However, it was part of our soul journey, and you can choose for it to stop now. If you choose to end the war within yourself, you can begin to dissolve suffering even right now in this video. So here's this beautiful little emotional clearing exercise that is so potent. So I invite you to place your hands over your body, over the part of your body where you feel unworthiness the most intensely, and you might even feel that pain rise to the surface. For me right now, it's in my solar plexus. And I really invite you to do what feels right in this moment, whether it's massaging, breathing, shaking, shifting, or moving your body in any way that feels good, or you might just want to be still. And breathe into this area for a few moments, while allowing any emotion to arise to the surface with little resistance. Then relax your hands. And repeat after me. Or allow this to freely be absorbed into your body with little resistance and the most easefulness you've experienced so far. Divine Healing Intelligence, thank you for utilizing the orange-red flame of purification to dissolve all thoughts, feelings, and experiences of unworthiness and low self-esteem from myself and others. Thank you for helping me to release all victim consciousness, limitation, fatigue, and stress from my body, mind, emotions, and energy field, past, present, and future. Thank you for melting away any and all hardships, difficulties, and criticism that I've attracted to bring back my confidence, faith, and inner power. To be the empowered person, sovereign being that I am already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now she says to repeat the word clear several times until you feel lighter. So I'll allow you to do that for yourself and feel into what feels right for you and most aligned. So as you breathe, whether your eyes are open or closed, observe this orange-red flame moving through your body, mind, emotions, and energy field as it dissolves all negative thoughts, beliefs, patterns, words, feelings, memories, and images of unworthiness, low self-esteem, victim consciousness, fatigue, and hardship, in order to bring back the feelings of being connected and feeling and experiencing clarity and what that's like to your I am consciousness. The confidence, the success, the happiness, the joy, and the love that is readily available in each moment, with each breath. Now she says you can also do the confidence process on page 186 if you desire. However, I'd like to leave it there for now. So make sure with any energy clearing processes and every day of our lives, we need to remember to make sure that we stay hydrated. The more energy clearing you do, the more consistent it is needed to be. You're needed to be with having water. I need some right now, actually. So make sure you stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water. Have a tea with some potent herbs, and when you get up after this video, which I please invite you to do, or even now, just start moving your body and see where those how you were feeling before when you tuned into your body and how it's shifted and changed for you. Give yourself your own loving attention and affection. Give yourself a hug. Because you are worthy and you deserve it. It's time to remember who we are now. Not who we were told we were. Not who we thought we were. But who we truly are. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing to incarnate on this planet at this time. You are so deeply loved and held and divinely guided in every step of the way. It's time to elevate our consciousness and rise. To be the change we wish to see in the world. It all starts with you. I love you. Bye for now.